Thank you. I'm 17 years old and standing in my family kitchen, staring into an empty pot. I need to make dinner. Ideally for both my father and I. I open up the pantry and in the back I find 2 single cans of baked beans. Good start. Peel them both open and in they go. Wooden spoon, give it a mix. I think this needs a little bit more. A meal is not a meal with only one ingredient. And so I head to the fridge, and in the back of the fridge is a plastic container untouched for centuries. I pull it out and peel it open, and inside are 5 very small, very old and very hard leftover rissoles. I wonder how long they've been there. I ponder at least 3 weeks. In my house, my mother does all the cooking, and I truly believe that she loves cooking because every night I see her in the kitchen with pots and pans and spatulas and she's dancing to music and talking on the phone and changing the light bulb, and I believe she loves it. On the other hand, if Dad ever has to cook, the kids were booted out of the kitchen, the door was closed, the phone was hung up, and if you tried to speak to him, he'd be annoyed. If his mobile phone would ring, "No mate, can't talk now, I'm trying to make toast." And Mum had been in hospital for about 3 weeks now, and clearly neither Dad nor I had ever made anything so complex as rissoles. So I, with some force, break them up, and into the pot they go. I give it another stir. More ingredients means it's better, right? So back in the fridge I find the carton of eggs. I've since learned when you want to add eggs to a dish, you get a second pot and you cook them and then you sort of smush them up into your meal. But to my 17-year-old brain, there's no need for a second pot. I just start cracking them in there. Yeah, 5 looks right. Give it a mix. I assume it'll just all sort of cook in the heat. While I was in the fridge, I found half a block of cheese. Full 500 grams of cheese. Cheesy scrambled eggs is always a good idea, so I figured you can go in as well. Sure the heat will melt that down. I'm not sure if you've ever boiled and stirred baked beans for 15 minutes, but they disintegrate. What I had was a warm pot that was basically a homogeneous mixture of baked bean innards with the skins floating about in it. The only solids left were what was left of the decimated rissoles. The eggs had cooked it into a solid mass. I knew as soon as it cooled down the cheese would take over. Ready to serve. It was so good, even Dad wouldn't eat it. So I put what was left back into a plastic container and placed it in the fridge. 2 weeks later, Mum came home and was cleaning out the fridge because there'd only been 2 incompetent males operating the kitchen for over a month. And in the back, she found this plastic container, untouched for centuries. Inside was a hard, brown, congealed, protein-based brick. It was that night I learned that making cooking look easy is bloody hard, and I have a very long way to go.